Today is Makara Sankranti. Makara meaning winter time or time when the sun is at the lowest in the northern hemisphere. Sankranti suggests movement. We have moved from one phase on this planet to the next phase. This is Makara Sankranti. This means our relationship with the sun, which is the very source of our life on this planet, is changing. When I say relationship with the sun is changing, people who live in Mumbai, in Delhi and in all the big cities and in many parts of the country are right now fearing the summer, the heat, the lack of water, maybe the power cuts and many other inconveniences that happen to you. You must understand, right now we begin to rule the very source of our life with this. From a leaf, a plant, a tree, to insect, worm, man, woman, child, every other creature on this planet is solar powered. Sun is the basis of our existence. But we are fearing this because when the sun begins to go in full glory, we don't have a tree. We have ripped this country apart. In our quest for whatever, essentially it is just ignorance that we have done this. It is time we put back. When the sun comes up, should your children not have a tree to sit under or climb upon? Should there not be enough vegetation, enough water in the land? So this Makara Sankranti, I want all of you to take this up in your life in whatever capacity you can do, that we must become competent enough. The future generations in this country should become competent enough to joyfully welcome the summer. This is only possible if we create a conducive atmosphere in nature where the land is rich with vegetation, water resource and the soil is rich to hold the water. Only then we can truly, genuinely celebrate Makara Sankranti. All the best for you on this Makara Sankranti. Sun is anyway going to come. You are up to handling it or not is the only question. Let's make this happen.
Only if you see everything the way it is, you can maneuver yourself properly and go, isn't it? Yes, you're driving through the streets of Delhi. Now your vision is such you don't see things the way they are. If you see a bicycle, you think it's a truck. You know what a paranoid driver you will be? Yes or no? If you see everything the way it is, then you can drive through that traffic and go somewhere. So the first thing that you need to do with your life is bring clarity to yourself.
Archery competition pona nariya crowds இருக்குது யாரைய பார்த்தோம்னா என் ஹார்ட் வந்து கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா துடிக்கும் அப்ப வந்து எனக்கு இந்த யோகா தான் வந்து ஹெல்ப் பண்ணுது சூரிய நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணக்குள்ள வந்து எனக்கு வந்து நல்ல கிரிப்பாட்டம் பிடிக்க முடியுது ப்ளஸ் வந்து எனக்கு வந்து பிரீத் வந்து அதிகமாகவும் கிடைக்குது.
If you are able to perceive something that other people could not see, that is what makes you an entrepreneur, that is what makes you a leader, that is what gives you the necessary edge in the world. So perception, enhancing perception is the whole dimension of yoga.
Yoga has helped me immensely by raising my level of awareness to a point where I'm able to see my emotions coming and therefore I'm able to respond to the situations that I'm in. And when I face these situations with a calmness, it helps my clarity of thought, and I'm able to respond to those situations in a much better way than I was able to before I started practicing yoga.
We value light because it brings clarity to us. If there was no light, you cannot see clearly. Where there is light, you can see clearly. So what you actually value is not light, it is the clarity that it brings.
Unfortunately, at the age of 12, I met an accident. A firecracker burst into my eyes and I lost both my eyes. Though my external vision is impaired, but yoga has given me such a profound inner vision and clarity that I can go through any situations effortlessly. The clarity and the inner stability that I have got has completely transformed my life.
People are always trying to bridge the gaps in their clarity with confidence. But the problem with confidence is, 50% of the time it may work, That's a big problem. But there is really no substitute for clarity. All yogic processes are essentially about enhancing your perception. Because it is the profoundness of your perception which brings clarity to every aspect of life.
Love is not an instrument of convenience. It is a process of self-annihilation. Are you ready, in some way, to fall apart? You know, falling in love, it means something of you should fall. So, we need to understand this. If something larger than yourself need to happen to you, what you have made yourself to be, that is your creation, should fall apart. Only then something of the Creator's creation will touch you. To be in love means just that it is not about your thought and emotion. A dimension beyond you has become a part of you. If it matures, it becomes devotion. If it further matures, it leads to dissolution. So, may you be blessed with this possibility that something beyond you happens. Life is a fabulous phenomenon for one who knows how to ride it, one who knows how to ride a wave. You can see how fantastic and fabulous it is. One who does not learn how to ride it will get crushed by it, threatened by it. A really good wave rider, his dream would be a tsunami. What everybody thinks is great danger, he would like to ride that. So it is just a question of skill and competence. This is what spiritual sadhana is about. Spirituality is not a disability, it's a tremendous empowerment. If you do the right amount of work with yourself, you can ride any wave of life, in whichever form it comes. It is my wish and my blessing, every one of you should become wave riders. Whatever life throws at you, you should be able to ride it and know the joy of living, because this is a limited amount of time. Anger is not action, it's just a reaction. In a state of reaction, you naturally are in a state of enslavement. You need to understand this. When something other than the deepest core of yourself determines what you do and how you are, that's enslavement. Well, anger is a sure way of being enslaved, but a whole lot of people think anger is a kind of empowerment. Yes, if you have donkeys around you, you might have produced some results with anger, but you tried every day. After some time, nobody will be around you. Who you are is entirely your making, so at least the way you are should be to your liking. If you're not even to your liking, why should the rest of the world suffer you? This one thing you must do, this is a fundamental responsibility, and this is something that you deserve, that you must be to your liking. That means, at least when you're alone, you are well. When we deal with the world, there are many challenges, but at least when you're alone, you must be a wonderful happening. This is something you must do. This is what spiritual process means, that you made yourself to your own liking. Well, some people will like you, some people will not like you, but if you're not to your liking, then what is the point? This is what karma means, that your life is your make it happen, that your life is pleasant in experience to yourself. Once that happens, you will see, in some way you will be to everybody's liking. There'll always be some people who dislike everything. It's all right, it's their freedom to do that. But
The most important thing is that you are happening the way you want yourself to be. Let's make it happen. Inner engineering, I'm telling you. You must engineer yourself the way you want, otherwise what's the point of living?
What do you think is the reason behind us not seeing enough leaders in companies or government? Why aren't we seeing the kind of leaders we should have?
There is a historic element to this. We need to understand that we have been under occupation for centuries. In an occupied nation, there is a certain psychology, that is, when you step out, don't raise your head and be seen, put your head down and just come home.
Yeah.
So always, wherever there is a problem, put your head down and come away.
Got it.
This has been our attitude for centuries. It is only now that people are looking at being leaders. Otherwise, leadership was always in somebody else's hands.
Got it.
Our business was not to get into trouble. So it's significant now that even if you look at it in many different ways, many of the corporate leaders today are people who are born in free India. Well, our Prime Minister himself, for the first time we have a Prime Minister born in free India,
Right.
which is significant. This is a new generation of people who are thinking about where the nation should go and a certain pride about who we are.
Right.
Which… not that previous generation did not have it, but there was a very natural instinct of when there is trouble, look away and go home.
Right.
Don't get
True.
into the situation.
Yeah. So there's a lot of social conditioning or mindset changes.
Centuries
that-
of subjugation. I think this generation should work to come out of that.
Right.
And India is a tremendous pool of talent. But we have not done well in the country. Wherever else they go, Indians do phenomenally
Yes.
well. They don't do well here because lack of leadership and organization. So one of the biggest problems in India has been lack of leadership. When we utter the word leadership, people always think of Prime Minister, Chief Minister like this. It is not just leadership on the top, we need leadership at every layer of society,
Right.
which is completely missing. Today, if a good leader arises, rest of the people will start worshipping him. A leader does not need worship. What he needs is a reinforcement of various levels of leadership which will allow him to, when he wants to do something, it'll find its way to the grassroots.
Look, I have to congratulate you. You made it through a deep, unfiltered video. That takes attention, openness, and courage. So leave your city in the comments, or share a quote that stuck with you. If you feel this could help someone, send it their way. Thank you, Big Hug, and until next time.